Alrighty. Jen, you want to kick us off?
Sure. Hi, Kiki. Hi, Lauren.
Hello.
Hi. Sorry, it's on like focus mode, so it's like
You just sit Oh, no,
yeah,
okay.
I just won't move. Sorry, hi.
No, no worries. Just let me know when you're good.
Sure,
Oh yeah.
ready.
Okay, Kiki, I'll start with you. Is you hit that three to start the game, and then you had somebody bite on your shot fake a little later in the game and got the and one. Just curious how that shot's feeling coming out of your hands, the three ball, and whether you feel like that's opening up other parts of your offensive game.
I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous because that was the first shot of the game. My first shot, I was like, God, I need this to go in. But my coaches every day, like we shoot threes every single day. I don't even know how many I shoot, so they're always telling me to shoot it. If I'm open like that, if teams aren't gonna guard me, I have to make them pay. So I think just taking that gave me more confidence, and then as the season goes on, I know that one doesn't really count for the books, so I want to shoot it in the other games. But my coaches just instill a lot of confidence in me to take that shot. I put a lot of work in that, so definitely we'll see more of that this season.
And Lauren, for you, you shot 7 for 12 overall tonight. I think 6 for 8 in the first half. Just what adjustments did you make individually on both ends of the court from game one to game two in the preseason?
I think I'm just a lot more comfortable. I mean, I think, first game jitters, you just gotta get them out. But I feel like today I just came in with a different level of like, confidence. So I feel like going into it, I was like, I got a lot of reps in practice. So I felt a lot more comfortable in the offense. And so I was just out there playing my game today.
Cool. And just one more for me for both you guys. You guys got that separation in the third quarter without the benefit of making any threes. You guys just seemed to get to the rim a ton. What do you guys feel like went right in that quarter to help you get to the rim and give you some breathing room on the scoreboard?
I mean, our coaches are always talking about throwing the first punch, so no let up. The first thing we said at halftime was it's a 0-0 game. So whatever the lead was, we didn't care about that. So just having the same determination and discipline that we had in the first half. And I think as Lauren said, like we were a little bit more settled in by the second half and everyone was more comfortable. We knew what we wanted to do offensively. We knew how they were playing us defensively. So I think it was just a matter of settling in and then again, just throwing that first punch.
Cool. Thank you both.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Deidre?
Hey Lauren, hey Kiki. So, my question first is for Lauren. I noticed that this game defensively, you were everywhere. You were everywhere defensively. You had a really good matchup against Angel Reese and Medina Ocat. Can you just talk a little bit about your strategy going up against two posts that you're familiar with playing against?
Yeah, I feel like defensively, that's a space that I've always been really confident in. So I think just, playing my game in that aspect. And like, I feel like, my senior year, it was nice playing against obviously Okot. So I feel like I felt really familiar just playing with her. So I kind of, knew what to expect. But I mean, yeah, I think, going into every single game, I just know it's going to be really physical. So,
My dog.
I just know it's going to be really physical. So, just continuing to play with that aggressive mentality. Yeah.
Okay, then my follow-up for Kiki, you had two blocks this game. Is that something that you've been working a little bit more? I mean,
Hey, hey.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not hunting it, but obviously I want to get better. I want to have a more of a defensive presence this season than I did last season. So really whatever my coaches need me to do, whether it's guard on the perimeter, guard in the paint, and I want to hold my own too. So not something I was hunting, it just kind of happened.
thank you.
Jared?
Hi, ladies. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. So, Kiki, your first game back. I came in late, so I'm not sure if this question was already asked. What is it like sharing the floor with Lauren? And also, what adjustments have you made to kind of make sure you guys have enough spacing and not occupying some of the same areas?
Yeah, I love playing with Lauren. We played together for 1 year in college, and then I played against her the following years. I'm so glad that we drafted her. I'm glad I don't have to guard her in the pros because she's doing an amazing job. So I'm really glad she's my teammate. I think for me, it's just forcing me to stretch my game out more, which was going to happen anyway. So I'm glad it's happening now. And just also finding Lauren. She's a great target, trying to get my assist numbers up. So this is the perfect person to be playing with. So I think it's just, I'm a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I think that's going to be a great thing for my career.
Period.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? Oh, all right. Thank you,
All right,
guys.
thank you.
Um, hey,
Jen, would you like to kick us off again?
Sure. Hey, Sydney, congrats on the win.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'll start with Lauren and Angela. Both of them just looked to me like they were a lot more settled in than in the first preseason game. And just curious what you kind of see as that next step from them that they showed you today and how they were able to play.
Yeah, I think just comfort in knowing, comfort with this level, the speed, the athleticism, but also like just different concepts, different strategies. It's just really, really good coaching at this level. And so the biggest thing is they've allowed us to coach them. It came from a wonderful program, best in the nation last year in UCLA, and just really, really good coaching that they did there. But they've come into our organization and allowed us to really pour into player development in terms of how we do things. And I guess what I should be saying is like they're learning fast, and getting comfortable and learning fast and allowing us to work with them. It's been a nice ride, and we're only a couple weeks in.
And speaking of the development piece, there was a time in the fourth quarter where you had 5 rookies on the court, and obviously that's going to happen sometimes, right, with just the way your roster is constructed. But just curious, like, is having a lot of them on the court together at once, whether it's 5 of them, whether it's 4 of them, whatever the number is, like, and being able to learn together through those reps, is that something you feel like is helpful to them in kind of accelerating that developmental curve?
I think, look, they're all in very similar stages of their careers, whether it's a couple weeks in or even a year or two. I'm thinking of Kiki and Sonia in particular, how much their leadership has grown even in a single year's time. But yeah, like who doesn't want to be young, and so we have a lot of young players, but we don't see that as a hindrance at all. It's something that we, really want to enjoy and grow together and give them opportunities. And it's a hungry group. So just happened to be that way, but on the floor, but that's what our gym is a lot of young players with a little bit of experience sprinkled in. And that's just how we're doing it in DC and enjoying that.
Just one more for you. I asked Kiki and Lauren about the third quarter surge that you got where you got some separation in there. And Kiki was mentioning that you talk a lot about throwing the first punch. And, last season you guys were such a good fourth quarter team. How much is it a point of emphasis this year to, maybe start games a little better? And if so, like, how are you approaching making that change or that improvement?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're just trying to put we're trying to have clarity in terms of our identity, and we really do want to play hard and play for each other. So there's like this togetherness, but also a competitive spirit that we've talked about. And so that's what we're working so hard on, Jen, is just like trying to have that in practices, trying to have that in games. Score takes care of itself. But if we're playing really, really hard and competing and we're playing for each other, these are the things that we think can really take us somewhere, with this group. So glad that was kind of shown off a bit in the third. We're just hoping, every game we have some of those moments because that's our DNA.
Thank you. Safe travels.
Thank you.
Deidre?
Hey, Sydney. So, congrats on the win. I
Thank you.
actually have a question for you about Rory Harmon. So this game, she was 3 for 6 from the floor, and she even attempted a few threes. Is this something that you've been working on in terms of her game and improving?
Another really coachable player. So, we talk a decent amount about key and three, and that's kind of what we want to lean into. Get our volume up in those areas and our efficiency. And so she's taken to the challenge, so not a heavy 3-point shooter in her career, but she realizes That's one of the shots that I think can really make her a dangerous player because you saw some of the other stuff. I mean, she really gets into the paint. She wreaks havoc defensively. She wants to lead. She wants to be coached. But if she adds a capable 3-point shot over time, and we're going to give her that time, really, really good things can happen for her.
And then my follow-up is this third quarter versus Atlanta, compared to the third quarter versus the Lynx, it seemed like defensively the team stepped up a little bit. And you had mentioned just getting people comfortable with defensive sets and offensive sets. So is that something that you see that's being built on now?
I think consistency of our habits, and shared with Jen, that we're trying to play hard and we're trying to play together and to not necessarily have that waver. And it doesn't mean that you're going to win every quarter or win every game, but you make an account of yourself as a mystic. And it's a really good feeling to be able to hang your hat on that. And so whether it's from our vet players, our rookie players, everybody in between. We really are trying to play hard and play together. And we showed a little bit more of that in this game, say, than Minnesota. Give Minnesota credit. Give Atlanta credit. I mean, we're always going to credit our opponent, but we really are trying to establish that identity. And I thought we took a small step forward today in that regard.
Thank you.
Jared?
Hi, Coach. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
So, my question is, with Kiki coming back and her playing alongside Lauren, what kind of adjustments, coaching wise, have you made to complement both of them?
Zero. I always had it in my mind that it would be Kiki, Kira, Lauren. Angela's played so well. We've got a pair of rookies in training camp, Christine and Nye. We've shown wonderful glimpses as well. But, we always felt like we were going to have a front court to be dealt with, and to challenge people. And so, no, it was, whether it's, our play calls or our defensive schemes, Jared, that's, we're pretty much hinging on, hopefully having a formidable front court out there. And that certainly includes Kiki.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Coach. Safe travels.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.